children, in the previous session we discussed on the concept of balanced and unbalanced forces. Now, as I said you, we shall discuss about the Newton's laws of motion in brief. As I said you that the number of periods has been reduced and we just need to cut off the discussion on these three laws of motion as you have already discussed it in class 8. So you can refer this textbook as well as that textbook in order to read. Now we shall discuss about this Newton's first law of motion. You all know that it is also called law of inertia. In order to understand this first law of motion, children, first we initially studied this concept of inertia. If you all remember, what is inertia? The tendency of the body to remain in the state of rest or in the state of uniform motion is called inertia. Here the tendency of the body, if at all the word tendency, what it means either the body for the body to be either in the state of rest or in the state of motion. What the force is, unless and until a force is acted on the body, if at all it is in the state of rest, it continues to be in the state of rest. If it is moving with some uniform speed, it continues to move with the same uniform speed unless some external force is acting on it. This is what we studied. Yes, no? Hence, this inertia means the tendency of the body, means the body, if it is state in the rest, it will continue to stay in the rest. If it is in the state of uniform motion. So in the motion chapter, we have already discussed what is uniform motion and all. So I hope you all know now. So if at all the body is moving with uniform motion, then it continues to move in the same uniform motion. This is called inertia. So that is called inertia, children. Since this Newton's first law is based on this concept of inertia, this Newton's first law of motion is also called law of inertia. This also we discussed in class 8 already. Yes, now so now let us directly go to the first law of motion. So state Newton's first law of motion. Always the statements has to be written as it is. The statements of the laws of any law, children, it has to be written as it is. You cannot change the statement. So every body or every object continues to be in the state of rest or to be in the state of uniform motion unless and until an external force is acted on it. This is what is the statement of Newton's first law of motion. So there we make the statement. So what do you understand by Newton's first law of motion? Every body continues to be in the state of rest or in the state of uniform motion. As we discussed while defining the definition of inertia or the concept of inertia, children, if the body is in the state of rest, so now a chair is placed there in the corner. So the chair remains to be in the state of rest unless you go and apply force. Apply force means not crashing it. You just pull it, change its position, shift from there to here, maybe. That and all when you are doing, you are applying force on the chair. So you are changing its state of rest into state of motion. Similarly, a toy car. So I will just release a toy car on the mosaic floor. So what it starts moving. So how long it will move, it depends. With what force you are pushing it, it depends. So that it will move some distance. No? So either you have to go stop it. If at all you want to stop it in between, what you will do, you will go apply force, means you are stopping the car. Or either you will apply more force again so that it will move with more speed comparatively. So unless and until an external force is applied, in case of the chair, children, the chair was in the state of rest. So we are applying some external force, lifting it and placing it the other side means. So external force is applied, hence the chair which was in the state of rest changed its position or started to move. Started to move we cannot say exactly, it is just displaced chair example. Similarly, if the car is in the state of rest, the toy car what we said. So if you apply force and move it only, it starts to move. If you are not applying force, the car remains to be stationary or in the state of rest. That is what is said by Newton. So this concept, children, all this concept we have studied in 8th class. If you remember the example of this inclined plane. Do you remember this picture? If at all you release a marble from this inclined plane, obviously it will roll down. It will roll down in this direction and are applying more force, means if it is coming with greater velocity, what will happen? It will come here and go back to this position. It will go back to the other plane. Downward it will come and upward direction also it will move if it has greater speed or greater force applied on the marble. So this concept, all this concept was actually explained by Galileo. It was explained by Galileo and not given by Newton. So Newton just modified or just took forward the concept of Galileo and gave the statements called as the Newton's laws of motion, which we are studying today. So in Newton's first law of motion states that every body continues to be in the state of rest or in the state of uniform motion unless and until an external force is acted upon by it. So unless the force is applied, if the body, if it is in rest, it continues to be in rest. If it is in motion, it continues to be in the state of motion. That is what it says. And what is inertia means? The tendency of the body to remain in the state of rest or to remain in the state of uniform motion is called inertia. So in the definition of inertia, we are partly telling the Newton's first law of motion. Yes, no? Hence this Newton's laws of motion is also called the law of inertia, since the statement has the concept, or Newton's first law has this concept of inertia in it. Hence Newton's first law of motion is also called the law of inertia. Under this topic, children, in the class 8 we have studied various examples, like when you are standing in the bus is in rest, it has still not started, the bus is in the state of rest. Now you climb into the bus, get into the bus, and you are standing inside the bus. So you will always have habit of holding with support, because we will not be knowing when the driver will suddenly start the bus and to move. So what you are holding on the support and standing in the bus. So as soon as the driver starts the bus, when you are unaware of it only, you will experience this. We have discussed this already, as I said. So if the driver suddenly starts the bus, what happens? Now the bus is also in the rest and you are also in the state of rest. When the driver starts the bus and move the bus, so what happens is, you will tend to fall backward. Yes, no? You will be holding and standing. If the person suddenly starts moving the bus, you tend to fall backward. This is why? Because the bus which was in the state of rest suddenly gained motion. And the lower part of the body, we spoke about the concept of friction in case of balanced and unbalanced force, no children. So when you are standing in the bus, there is frictional force present between your foot and the floor of the bus. So since the frictional force is present, the force, no force, the other force is acting on your body, and frictional force is only present between your feet and the floor of the bus. Hence the force is balanced and you are tending to be in the state of rest. But when suddenly the bus starts to move, you feel the jerk and you tend to fall backward. This is why, because the force which the driver is applying in order to move the bus is greater than the frictional force which is present here. So you tend to move, the bus tends to move forward, and in order you are moving along with the bus. The lower part of the body which is in contact with the floor, it doesn't mean half of you is here, half part is here. No, it is not like that. Don't imagine such things. But the frictional force is mainly present between your feet and the floor of the bus. So the lower part of your body will suddenly start to move with the velocity of the bus when it suddenly starts to move. But your upper part of the body will not be prepared for that. So what it will happen? It will feel the jerk, means you tend to fall backward. So this is due to inertia again. And also when the bus is moving and suddenly if the driver applies the brake, what will happen? You tend to fall forward. Why? Because now with whatever velocity the bus is moving, with the same velocity your body also is moving. True, you are not walking inside the bus, you are standing inside the bus, means with whatever velocity the bus is moving, your body also moves with the same velocity now. So when the driver suddenly applies the brake, what will happen is, children, again the lower part of the body which is along with the velocity of the bus will suddenly come to rest. But your upper part of your body will push you forward, hence you tend to fall forward when the driver suddenly applies the brake in the moving bus. So this is also again the inner concept of inertia. One more thing, if we can discuss on children, if in the guard section and all, or even in the, not only in guard section, everywhere you would have experienced it. If you're taking the turn, whichever direction you're taking the turn, you tend to lean towards that side. Yes, no? If this side, you will tend to lean this side. You might have experienced this mainly in the bus. When you are going in the guard section, you can feel it, because continuous turns will be there, no hairpin curves will be there. So everyone now and then you keep on changing. So if you are driving the car or the bus, you tend to lean towards only that side, in whichever direction the vehicle is taking the turn. Why do you think this is happening? Again, if you compare with the example of this bus suddenly starting and driver applying the brake, both the cases, children, here also your body will continue to move with the speed of the vehicle whichever you are traveling. So as soon as the curve comes, the direction of the vehicle is changing, but your body is not ready. So what will happen when the vehicle is suddenly taking the turn? Your body tend to lean towards that side, to whichever direction the vehicle is turning. You will lean on one of the sides. So all these examples you can understand under this concept of inertia, and hence under the concept of Newton's first law of motion, children. So this is just the thing which we are glancing with respect to Newton's first law of motion. So in your textbook, a few experiments and activities are given with respect to this. Let me take your textbook. Newton's laws of motion. Yes, first law of motion. This Planck experiment given by Galileo has been said. Next said that Newton improvised this concept given by Galileo and framed his statements known as Newton's laws of motion. And here in page number 116, below figure 9.5, 1, 2, 3, third paragraph. Now, second paragraph, you have the statement for Newton's first law of motion. An object remains in a state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change that state by an applied force. Compelled means you are forcing the body to change its state. Now I am sitting, you will come and push me. You imagine, don't come and push me, okay? You are pushing me means what will happen? I am at rest now. When you are pushing me means you are applying force on me. So your force which you are applying is the external force acting on my body. So I will forcefully move. So I am compelled to move. The force which you are applying I am not able to bear, and hence I need to move. So my change of rest changed to state of motion now. So if at all anybody is moving, if you suddenly stop your friend who is running and coming towards you, what the body which was at uniform motion now suddenly came to rest. Why? It is compelled to come to rest by the force which you are applying. So that is what it means. In other words, all the objects resist a change in their state of motion. In a qualitative way, the tendency of undistributed object to stay at rest or to keep uniform motion with the same velocity is called inertia. That is what they have said, children. This is why first law of motion is also called the law of inertia, they have said. Next, various examples are given with respect to this law of inertia or Newton's laws of motion. Kindly go through it. Next, we have the concept of inertia and mass.